So in today's episode, so Neptune is the where we have illusions about things, illusions about what you think things should be or ought to be, especially if you have Neptune aspecting the sun, even the moon, especially if it's like Neptune like square moon. There's a tendency to delude yourself into thinking something is what it is and what it's not, but at the same time, that's what it is. It's illusions. It's higher vibration of Venus, so it's charm. It's kind of like that magic effect, right? So where we sort of trick ourselves or believe something. It's beyond faith. It's kind of like completely letting go, but when you completely let go, it's like you work with things, you see things rather that are what they're not supposed to be. Like it's beyond, it's transcendence, right? And that's the gift of Neptune, the transcendence. So Neptune in the first Neptune in Aries, it's all about probably it's questions you tend to have illusions about, not just because that's where the house is, if it's in the house it's specific that, but the way it's colored by Aries is that a lot of things that you find interested, you have fantasies about leadership and life itself in your direction. So it kind of gets lost in a way, but it could also mean that you have a very profound belief about your purpose in life, where you go, where you're headed. People, I think, who had Neptune in Aries placements probably feel like they can take on the world. Right? Identity is also part of it. Your sense of your first self, how you shape yourself, kind of thing. It becomes. It can go either way. You can have a high, really super like extreme esteem, high self-esteem about it yourself, but also probably get lost in the mysticism of life itself. It's like, so so that's the good thing about it. You can work with that magic. Right? Then we go into. I was gonna say the other thing is your health, as well as probably directly toward your sexuality, um, your sense of. Probably that's more of a Mars thing. Illusions about sex, so you probably get into fantastic things like X. What is that? Oh, it's a bird. I thought it was a flying squirrel. What is it? See, so that's part of that. So I don't have glasses on, so it kind of gives that part of Neptune. Neptune is that part of the psyche that is also deeper than just illusions. it's higher belief, if you want to call it that. It's higher esteem, higher values, higher, kind of like, it's the veil. It creates a veil. Neptune is the one that creates the veil, and then Pluto unveils them. So, but Neptune is there to teach us to accept things when we cannot change them. Accept things that we cannot do. It's beyond Jupiter, actually. Jupiter is faith, yeah, it's optimism. There's a truck rolling by. Truck, sort of like a mini truck. Those little, I don't know if this is, those are, it's like, anyways, Neptune then in Taurus is belief about your self-worth, possessions, the things that you have, the things that you own, that you possess. It kind of ties into Venus now. Neptune in Taurus is probably, it's probably makes you even more stubborn. Then it can lead you to more it's a sort of different type of stubbornness. It can lead to that, but it's not about stubbornness. It's about like, kind of, you think that you're staying on ground, you think that you're secure about things, but it's really, it may or may not be. We don't know. Like, for people who are in physics, the Schrodinger's cat thing, that's kind of a Neptunian thing. Is it dead or alive? We don't know. But let's leave it at that. It's a mystery. Right? It's the most mysterious planet out of the other planets. I would probably say it's most mysterious, because it goes into that realm of the world. Even the word realm is like fantasy, the world of fantasy, sci-fi, even sci-fi. It goes into that. Neptune. And then Neptune in Gemini is definitely about illusions. Our delusion, illusions is a good thing, and the delusions is kind of beyond an extreme. It's either way below or over. So it's about communication. This is where communication becomes kind of like, you say something, but you really don't. Especially if Neptune sort of in a hard aspect to Mercury. Oh yeah, you think you understood something, but it's really not. Or you think you didn't understand it, but you really did. It's intuitive, and you have become. Intuition is Neptune. Neptune is high intuition. It's being able to connect with that. If you have Neptune there's an aspect to Pallas Athena. Oh yeah, that's really a deeper connection with the sacred, with the divine. Also probably Vesta as well in there. Neptune in Cancer is illusions about family. So you feel like protection and safety and security. It's kind of like Taurus, right? You think that you feel things the way it should be, like things are close knit, but sometimes they're not. Or the opposite, you feel like you've lost it, but you probably got it wrong. So it can go either way. Issues also, Neptune is also rules addictions and drugs. So those things we get into with Aries probably escape. It's escapism. We escape probably towards those things that we want for ourselves, especially in the first four houses. It's all about things. Usually the first three houses. First three signs. Yourself, you get lost in yourself. You escape towards that. It becomes addictive. You never finish things. Kind of just like start things and never finish it. Stitch, because it's about curiosity. That's Aries. And with Neptune in Taurus, it's like you keep buying things, right? Because you kind of escape towards those things. And with Gemini, you can escape towards like probably like games, playing games with yourself, people. Life is like just like you don't take. There's no balance anymore. You take it completely not serious. Like it's just right. And then Neptune, you escape into family, towards family, or towards attachment, towards people, towards a sort of a sense of belonging. Even like hoarding becomes a thing with Cancer. So Neptune in Cancer can lead you to probably someone who ends up getting so many things as well, but not for the sake of possession, but for the sake of this is memory, nostalgia, right? Going back to the past. Um, People who love work, like who love work too much, so much, that would be like in Virgo. But if you have that, let's say with things regarding the past, like archaeology, paleontology, you escape towards your work. I would say that's probably an ancestry thing. So people who get into, let's say, Neptune in Cancer in the sixth house, that's more of a health stuff, but definitely like you get towards more of the work. Or it could be Neptune in Virgo in the fourth house, because you now get into your ancestry, you get into like DNA stuff, and you get obsessed about it too. There's a certain obsession, just like Pluto, with Neptune. Right? Neptune then when it goes into Leo, it's definitely the pride thing for sure. You get lost in it, you escape towards life itself, and it's like Aries. You keep on doing things that are fun, but you also get lost in probably the idea of your music itself. Probably you get lost in music. You start to obsess about music, and you use music as an escape. Probably also sexual partners in romantic relationship, like you just like flirt. It's kind of like Gemini too. He kind of like flirtation becomes a thing. I wouldn't say flirtation becomes an obsession, but I don't know. You never know. And Neptune in Virgo is at the one where you get lost in habits and work and perfection. That's the one thing. It becomes kind of a drug for you. Neptune in Virgo becomes obsessed with getting things right. I think people with Neptune in Virgo probably become like OCD. They probably might have this condition if you have that. Probably. What else is there?